What is going on, everyone? It's Sean O'Connell, the managing director here at CinemaBlend, and we are working our way through Season 3 of Westworld, reacting to every single episode. So much stuff happened last week, where Dolores unleashed all of the information about the loop that humanity is living in to the people to give them the freedom that the hosts have been looking for this whole time. We lost one of the Dolores hosts, but there are a bunch of them out there as well still with Dolores personalities inside of them. She and Caleb upped their game, got rid of some of their adversaries, but there were a couple of characters that we haven't caught up with yet, and I saw in the thumbnail for this episode that my boy, William, the man in black, potentially is going to be involved. So I'm going to press play on episode number 6, which is called Decoherence. You're going to go down and hit subscribe. Turn on your notifications every single time that we drop a reaction video like this one here on CinemaBlend's YouTube page. You'll be able to come watch it with us. We're also doing a bunch of other really fun entertainment videos that you're not going to want to miss. I'm going to have some more coffee to get me through this tied tongue that I'm dealing with this morning, and we'll get into our reaction of the latest episode of Westworld. So Season 3, Episode 6, away we go. Back in the Maeve memory, huh? Alright, when last we saw Maeve, she'd been stabbed in the gut.
This isn't real.
But it could be.
You fought for this world once. Died for it.
You're trying to give me an incentive. That's not what I need. I want what Dolores has.
Freedom.
What is that?
Power.
Help.
Control. Oh, we're back at Warworld? Poor Maeve. Just keep all these memories straight.
Now, boys. Let's have a little fun.
Tandy Newton is so good for this part. We talk a little bit about how far Dolores has come full circle, but Tandy's got to play so many different aspects of Maeve, and she's brilliant in all of them.
Tell myself God has a plan for everyone. Maybe I just haven't seen it yet.
God's fucking plan?
Do you want to share more of your thoughts with us?
My thoughts? Okay. I think if there was a God, he would have given up on us long ago. And we sit here on a neat little pile of ashes, having squeezed anything of value out of this planet, and we ask ourselves, why are we here? We're maggots eating a corpse.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nothing. Oh!
Sorry.
Mute your phone.
I'd like for you to participate in a form of therapy. We've used it extensively with veterans suffering from PTSD.
I don't need any therapy to confront the truth. I know what I did. It was her, my Emily, and I killed her.
Is the therapist even there? Alright, Dolores' actions have reached this center as well, too. William, the door's open, go!
They better be giving us overtime for this. Half the staff's disappeared.
Oh. Clockwork Orange nonsense going on here. What was her verdict? I didn't see how bad it was. San Francisco is taking a hit.
You read your profile?
I never read it. It's not up to a machine to decide. It's our choice, Charlie.
Attaboy. That's not Charlotte, but attaboy.
Were you able to convene the board?
We're convening in 1 hour. Excuse me, man. What the fuck? Hey, what are you doing?
Guess you don't have the votes anymore.
Charlotte, I apologize. It took a moment to intercept correspondence between Brompton and the Delos board. Looking forward to seeing my new acquisition.
Oof. William? Can you get William? No, you took his power away, didn't you?
I'm sorry, Dolores. I failed.
There's still time to salvage what we can. I need you to get the host making data from Delos.
Sirach will come after my family.
They're not your family.
They're not your family.
No, of course not.
My name is Dr. Albert. I will be overseeing your AR treatment.
Who is this? That's him as a child?
Where the hell is he? In his room? Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Implant's not working. Let's give him a sedative manually.
Ugh.
Lock down the entire facility. Get me the assets I requested.
Okay, what is she working towards? Hey, there he is.
I program them so they don't even see me.
Is that any different from your usual barroom experience?
Touche, Maeve.
We've been moved. And he kept his word. Which means that soon I'll be reunited with some old friends.
Who's she recruiting?
The only thing I want out of this place is what you promised me. The encryption key. The rest can burn. Dolores made multiple copies of herself. There is no doubt one here as well. I'm sure you can handle at least that.
You're looking at one right now, says the host.
Srock said to destroy the host data.
I'm making a backup. We can't just destroy years of IP. Srock will thank me for this later when he's thinking more clearly.
I'm telling Srock.
This episode has to end with William getting out. It has to.
Time for your group session.
Oh, wait. I got it. Caleb had one of those things in his mouth. Oh, this guy. Ugh, come on. Really? Haven't I discussed this guy already? Caleb is in this facility? Oh. That's what?
Nice of you to join us, William.
Nice.
So what if he killed a few hosts? They're not real.
Oh, real enough that the host that you've been tormenting for the past 30 years now wants to destroy the entire fucking world.
Shut the fuck up.
Is he responsible
you know.
for Dolores's rebellion? Ultimately, he probably is, right?
Got one. Get his control unit upstairs. They need to transmit the data. Then we've been told to destroy the rest.
Ettore, I can see you. I can restore you here.
Maeve.
Hector.
Maeve's power is one of those things on the show that's not well defined.
They recovered Connell's parole.
Oh.
The gentleman who wants my help wants me to kill her. And now he's dropped a copy of her here. So I can get one step closer.
Come on, William. No sense in denying your dark urges.
Now, who's to say those were even my urges? I was never like that as a child.
Perhaps we should look again.
What the hell have you done?
He told me I was nothing and he called you a drunk.
You broke his arm. You knocked out 3 teeth.
I should have knocked out all his teeth.
So I never had a choice. Did your life just happen to you? Or did you choose it?
The biggest Westworld questions.
If you can't tell, does it matter?
That's a...
I know what I have to do.
You can't tell, does it matter?
Charlotte, Sirach's called a board meeting.
We found the host. Isn't that right, Hale? Or should I say Dolores?
Oh.
The real Charlotte Hale never would have taken the time to check on her son. It's fascinating that you turn out to be kinder to your family than the person you've been imitating. Dolores left you here to die with the rest of your kind. These violent delights have violent ends. You should have predicted this outcome.
I did.
Oh. Damn, she killed the whole board? Elevator fight, elevator fight, elevator fight. Oh!
You could always give me the key. You expect me to trust you with the future of our kind when you've aligned yourself with a man who would slaughter each and every one of us. Then what choice do I have but to fight you? It would appear very little, but I probably planned on that. You'd need allies for this battle. I'd be looking to ensure that couldn't happen.
Oh.
Hale, why would...
It's not Hale.
Oh, man. Oh. There's some finality to that one. I don't think he's coming back. Maeve said she needed incentive to go after you, Dolores. And now I'm pretty sure she has it.
She's fire! She's fire! Hey, well, we can see her!
She's fine.
Good boy. Y'all are the worst soldiers ever. me you're missing her at point blank range.
Trapped. So trapped. Prisoner of your own sins.
Yeah, but I'm free now. And I finally understand my purpose.
Ooh, tell us.
I'm the good guy.
Is this who I think it is? Doctors must have forgotten about him in all the chaos.
Maybe they just left him here.
Oh boy. What are we making here?
Get in the car, I'll drive. I can keep you safe. Okay? I can keep you safe.
Oh man. Oh. Ooh, boy. Okay, so the magic word for season 3 episode 6 is incentive. Everyone in this episode got an incentive to go after someone else, to go after an antagonist, whether it be Charlotte / Dolores now has a reason to truly hate Serac, because if you believe the episode, she cares for her husband and child more than the real Charlotte would have, which is intriguing because it shows the emotions that the hosts are holding on to, and it goes to show she may be a big factor in this ultimate confrontation between Dolores and Serac. You know, you have Charlotte, Dolores, and you have Serac, but the main players in this soap opera, in the drama of season 3, have been Maeve and Dolores and William, holdovers from seasons 1 and 2. Key characters that have been moving forward in this story, but with all due respect to the Calebs of the world and even the Bernards, who's really been sidetracked for this season. Bernard hasn't shown his cards yet, and I'm trying to figure out 100% what his motivations are and end goals are. But it's been largely Dolores putting together an attack against Serac and Rehoboam, and mounting the resources that she would need to do this. Maeve being recruited by Serac to be the one to stop Dolores in this pursuit. She gets her incentive because Dolores working through Charlotte eliminates Hector. And I think eliminates, like when you crumble that thing to dust, I don't think Hector's coming back. So Maeve now has incentive to finally ramp up and go after Dolores. And then William, who thank God we caught back up with, because he's truly my favorite character in this show. And he now sees himself as, quote unquote, the good guy after murdering every persona of his that we've come to know over the course of the 3 seasons. Those 3 seem to be the top dogs in the way that the story is unfolding. And with 2 episodes left to go in this season, it seems to definitely be setting up the fact that there's going to be a massive confrontation between all of them. And what's interesting is that they're all fighting for what feels like essentially the same thing, which is the ability to make your own decisions, the freedom to choose the direction that you're going. And that's kind of what Westworld has been in general, like on a larger scale, right? Like giving you the ability to deal with the consequences of what your decisions are. Charlotte understanding in this scenario, as this episode played out, that the decisions that she made as Dolores host increased the connection that she felt to the human family that Charlotte never really cared for, which was pretty interesting. And it goes to show how far that the freedoms that you're fighting for and the ability to make decisions to push your fate forward can affect you in ways that you don't predict. And the fact that, like, Charlotte's husband says, I didn't even read my profile because some machine's not going to tell me what happens to you and I. I'm going to tell us what happens to you and I. So it rejects Dolores's premise, but if he had read his profile, maybe he would have realized that his car was going to blow up. I wonder if Rehoboam would have predicted that. He could have prevented that from happening. He wouldn't have gotten in the car with Charlotte in the first place. That's interesting. He could have read his profile and maybe not have died, but he chose not to and didn't have have the foresight of the information of what was going to happen to him. That's pretty interesting too. So the thing that was put into William's mouth leads me to believe that Caleb was in that facility at some point too, and there's probably a reason for him being committed to that institution. It's an institution of some sort, I would assume. Probably everything that happened with Caleb overseas when he was in the military. I wonder how much we're going to learn about him in the next 2 episodes, or the last 2 episodes of this season, if they're going to dedicate a lot of it to Caleb's backstory, if they're going to keep some of it mysterious, because it feels like we have to be building to a confrontation between whether Dolores is going to succeed, whether Serac is going to succeed in preventing her from completing her goal. I assume Serac's going to have Maeve's assistance, and I don't know how William is going to factor into that debate, but God, I like this episode a lot. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was pretty interesting the way that Serac was playing mental chess with Dolores through Charlotte. It gave a really good showcase for Tessa Thompson, although I don't think Tessa Thompson is out of it now. Fiery Tessa Thompson at the end of it was brutal. Charcoaled Tessa Thompson that's a rough effect. And again, when we briefly got to go through the portal and see Maeve with her daughter in Westworld, I was reminded personally as an audience how much I kind of enjoy seeing the action in the park. And I wonder if there's a way that the show moving forward can circle the story back around to make the park relevant again. It'd be fun to go back into it in a way similar to how Maeve went back in to recruit some help, and she found Hector and had to go into War World. I don't want to abandon the concept of Westworld as a park, or even the other parks that were components. Like, it's fun to go out into the real world to see how Dolores is trying to free humanity that's trapped in a loop by Rehoboam and the work of Serac, but it would be also kind of cool if the story dictated a way for us to circle back around to the concept of the parks and the hosts, but I don't know if that's the plan for this reported 5-season story that Westworld is on. So we have 2 episodes left, I believe, 7 and 8. I think this is an 8-episode season. We'll be back with our reaction to season 3, episode 7, but let me know what you think about everybody's incentive. The word of the day is incentive, and everyone seems to have it now. So we'll see where that goes in the last 2 episodes. I'll meet you back here for episode number 7 reaction. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on your notifications so that when I am ready to watch episode 7 of season 3, you guys will hear about it immediately. And then just keep checking our YouTube channel as well for all of the content that we're putting up here to keep you entertained here on CinemaBlend.